Let it Sorry.
Okay, that's the start. You're saying that's the start of the podcast, start of the episode, Gary. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the 3GN podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Danny, and I'm joined by my beautiful and lovely co-host, Chris and Gary.
See, I don't think his eyes work. He said beautiful in there.
Ah, no, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You're beautiful in my heart and my trousers. My
This has got a bit awkward within 1 minute of starting.
I
actually
think less than that.
40 seconds.
Yep, less than.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like we always do, we usually start by talking about the games we played this week. But I'm gonna take a detour. That's right, I'm already going on a detour. Chris, you just came back from your dinner. What did you have to eat?
It was pulled pork,
Ooh.
some veg, carrots, cabbage, and a baked potato.
That's much more variety than what I ate. I ate hot dogs.
I'm a duck. I eat bread.
Gary ate bread. That's his dinner.
That's pretty much it.
Well, I had more variety than just bread. I had ketchup and roasted onions, which is basically that's all it was. But now to get back to the track, I'm taking us back. What games have you played this week?
I have played.
You want to start?
I was starting to.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
I have played some Rune Factory 4. It's essentially if I say a life simulator, like Harvest Moon kind of deal.
Weren't they releasing an updated version for that on the Switch?
I know they have a version of it on Switch, but I'm not sure if it's updated with anything
I'm
extra
sure
or just updated for the Switch.
I'm fairly sure they did add new features. I don't know what they are because didn't really look into it. That's more your scene as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I understand that.
And did you play anything else?
You're
allowed to mention things you have also mentioned before. So
I have sort of played something else, but you can discuss that.
Oh yes. Before I do that, Gary, what have you played?
Well, aside from a bit of Pokemon Go, which I was playing because the Spotlight Hour for Shroomish was on like right before we started recording, so that was helpful. I'd been playing, if you remember, Danny, a bit of Pokemon Adventure Red Chapter from a ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red.
Yeah, I know. I watched you play some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Well, I guess it's my turn now then. Unless you have more, Gary.
I was just gonna say, like, you just remember my Snorlax going around licking zombies and ghosts.
Yeah, you licked a lot of stuff, and we learned Ghastlies can die.
Yes, they can.
Which is a shocker to me, but I mean, hey.
The only thing I want to know
Wouldn't
is where
that just mean they've gone to the next plane of existence?
But I thought they were already dead.
But you see, Chris. Yeah, it's already. Well, I think he means like the spirit passes on. But here's the thing: Ghastly itself is considered sentient and technically alive. It's a ghost type because it's got ghost-like qualities, but if it can die, does it leave a body? Because it's made of gas.
That's one of life's greatest mysteries.
Something to think of. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
I always thought it was a dead cloister.
Without the shell.
Yeah.
See, I always just thought it was dead. That it was just ghost. You know, a mommy ghost and a daddy ghost loves each other very much.
That's how they're born, yes!
And then we throw them into the fuck chamber.
Otherwise known as
Too
Pokemon
soon.
Daycare.
They won't understand that reference.
I know, but if I'm going to talk about what I've played...
They will if you link the other video in the description or something.
Well, I might do one of those things that I can't remember what it's called, that at the end of the video, you know, there comes a small square and it says, watch our other shit, you know, might do that. But yes, now it's my turn. I have obviously, like I always do, I've played some Halo. Got my weeklies. I tried to play Metro Exodus. If any of you know about the Metro series.
I can't say I do.
I think I played some of a previous game, but not that far through.
It's basically the post-apocalypse Russia. So it's basically Russia. But I couldn't play it because my computer wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I didn't get very far in it. Then did I play Skyrim this week? I don't think I did. I think I've been busy doing other.
I can't speak for you playing Skyrim, but I can speak for you playing Rogue Company.
That is true, Gary. You should have mentioned that you played that too. You messed up,
Yes,
Gary.
I did.
We played Rogue Company together.
How did you play it?
Cross-platform. Huh?
It's on PC and it's on Switch.
Yeah.
Ah.
And it's free to play. That's also important.
So
Yes.
I can't join you either way.
No. But basically, I can play Among Us with you, Chris. And I can play Rogue Company with Gary. So I can play both of you, but on different games.
I think Among Us would be needed a bigger group to play it.
Yeah.
Just for how it works.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 people, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan, here's the thing. Did you want to tell him what my initial plan was? But then the reason that backfired because we don't know his postal code.
I would like to say that if I could remember it, but I can't.
You said about sending him the laptop?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we could play... Okay, we could at least play Rogue Company together. Is that the one we were talking about? It's because...
That's the one we were talking about, yeah.
Okay, good. It's because if I can fix my laptop, and I'll actually get into why I can't fix it for the time being, but if I can fix it, then I was going to send it to you, Chris. Me and Gary have talked about it. We're going to send it to you. If you're willing to take it, that is.
Because
as long as it's wiped of all your dirty images.
Actually, in fact, I was going to download a shit ton of furry porn. And then I'm just going to, like, shove it into every aspect of the coding of the laptop so it could never get out.
So basically you'd make the thing useless anyway.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But Chris, it's because to increase its efficiency, a thing I have to do is factory default it. So it'll basically be new, at least from
wiping all the data off it anyway.
Yeah. And upgrading it from Windows 7 to 10 because that's something. Yeah, that I had that PC or I had the laptop before Windows 10 was even a thing. So.
Yeah, I was never keen on Windows 10.
I actually think Windows 10 is fine, but that's because I also had Windows Vista, and God, that was terrible. Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't mind Vista, but I must admit I'm more comfortable with 7.
Well, the thing is, with Vista, oh God, no. Do you know what? I'm not getting into it. We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, we're so far sidetracked. It's been 10 minutes, and we haven't even got onto our actual topic.
Yeah, and I haven't even mentioned the last game I've played, which was Despostism 3K.
Ah, of course.
Yes.
Which we played what, over an hour ago?
Yeah, we played
About
like
2 hours ago now, maybe.
no, I think it's about it. Well, actually, yeah, about an hour, 2 hours ago.
Within that range easily.
Yeah, and I like that game. And well, I'll say, okay, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm not good at like holding secrets. Me, Chris, and Gary played it, and we recorded it, and we might upload it. There we go.
Well, the only real problem there is, while
If
we did
all
record it,
editing holds out, it be uploaded. If not, well, you miss out.
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna if I edit them and upload them, they'll be out before this episode because this is a weekly podcast. So
oh yeah, it'd probably pay if you can to upload episodes of gameplay maybe on Thursdays or something.
well, I mean, I think it's better to upload them like more than once a week.
I'm just thinking, like, at the minute where we're still starting out, you want to have some consistency. You don't want to get too big for what you can do.
Well, we'll talk about this, Gary. I have an idea about this, but we don't need to get over it on the podcast itself.
Fair.
The idea is there at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're watching this, if something has been uploaded beforehand, then it is what it is. If nothing's been uploaded, don't expect it, or expect it later. I don't know. But yeah, we played this together.
Be patient. We may get to it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, you can't really yell at us for not doing it because we'll probably tell you we won't be doing it.
I mean, if it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
I've got a news flash for you. There's the internet. There are literally hundreds of people. Go watch something else. I mean, there's plenty of content to watch. Christ, I know I can't watch all the content I would like to watch. But that's because it's too much. There's too much. I can't watch fucking YouTube videos and streams and all that shit all the time. Wish I could.
And here we've tagged a random Twitch streamer.
So go watch Ninja. No, actually I shouldn't mention him. He'd probably. I don't know. I don't know about Ninja. Never watched him. Which actually links to the fact that
Neither have I.
there's not time to watch everybody.
Guys.
Oh yeah.
Sidetrack.
Oh yeah. But that's why in the
What was
description.
the topic that was chosen?
That's why in every description I always write after we've talked about this. I also write and we've rambled about random shit. People know what they're getting into. But yes.
Yo, because no one ever seems to read the descriptions, even though that's literally the reason they're there, to be read.
I make them very short and decisive.
You should probably make a freaking header just to start the video. Like, please read the description before you try yelling.
Yeah, who cares? People can yell if they want, Gary. It's the internet. I don't give a shit.
Well, we've been sidetracked again.
Yes. Okay. Today. Okay. We've talked about the games we've played. We've talked about din-dins. Now it's time to talk about the actual topic at hand. And that is Orange Man Violence Twitter. Or in layman's terms, we'll be talking about
Donald Trump and his Twitter escapades.
The fact that he's been
when he could.
Well, yeah, the fact that he's been banned from Twitter permanently, the riots at the Capitol, and basically Donald Trump and his cult of personality in general. Yes, to the people watching, we did go like 180 there, talking about our din-dins and games, and then like, oh yeah, insurrection in the United States of America and a possible civil war. You know, basic
Yeah.
stuff.
Send in the Spartans.
So do any
Can always tie this into Assassin's Creed.
True. True that. But who wants to start with this? I've got some things I would like to talk about when it comes to this, but
Please lead on.
Yeah.
should I lead on?
Lead off.
Okay. Well, the people who are ill-informed or simply don't know,
Or live under a rock.
or live under the rock. Hey, I don't judge you. I do that a lot myself. But A bunch of
This one goes out to you, Patrick, whoever you are.
Oh god,
Ow.
that's Gary. That's you, Gary. Holy
Yes,
shit!
that's why I said it.
Oh wait, no, getting sidetracked. There was a riot at the capital of the United States of America by a bunch of, Trump supporters who believed that the 2020 election was rigged by Joe Biden, who won. And it's all just kind of crazy in my mind. I'm not saying that the American democracy is perfect, but it's not a complete scam.
It's not.
I mean, the thing is, with the system that they have in hand, which is like winner takes all. I can't remember what the actual thing is, but where the highest percentage of each state goes to a certain party / person, and then you see how many which candidate has the most states, and then they win. I mean, yeah, and I think that's a very convoluted system of a very convoluted democratic system, but it's the one they have, and that's the system that Joe Biden won with, and it's also the system that Donald Trump won with in 2016. So
I just want to say, wouldn't it be easier if they made it like online accessible?
Yeah, but then
it's easier.
you have the chances of hacking.
Yeah, exactly, and that was an issue. It's because or Russia tried to influence the 2016 election a lot, and Russia, if there's something Russia has, it's hackers.
It's claimed that they tried to influence.
Yeah, well, I think there's
the 16 election.
I think it's because
2020 they were caught trying to influence and were told to back off.
Yeah. But and that's the thing. They would have
maybe that's why Trump thinks he's won.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, if it was completely online, like Chris said, it's easier to manipulate the vote itself. Just like how digital machines are also easier to manipulate, but not as easy as on the internet. And more and mail-in voting is the hardest thing to fabricate. Because that takes...
Yeah, because if you interfere with it, it's a federal
offense. You go to prison, federal prison. Don't drop the soap. But
Danny will drop it every 5 seconds.
Hey, I'll drop it on purpose. Then I'll look behind me and say, "Hey, a big boy." No.
You know what you really do? You throw it at someone on the other side of the area. Then you start a soap fight.
And then everybody becomes friends. We got Nazis braiding black people's hair and all that shit, and just everybody's gonna be happy. Definitely not gonna start a prison riot. I think we got off topic again.
We're
talking about American prison. That's relevant.
No, wait. If Trump's been impeached, he might actually be able to go to prison for what he done.
Yes,
inciting the riot.
So it is actually quite kind of relevant. But yeah, so yeah, basically a bunch of people.
Hold on a minute. I was going to say, wouldn't the impeachment process take longer to do than actually, just waiting for his term to end? Because when was it? Tomorrow-ish?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Here's the thing. If he's impeached, he then can't pardon himself at the end of term.
Gotcha.
And the thing is, he's got a lot of pardons that he's trying to get done in the last minute. The last day of him being in office, he's trying to get 100 pardons through the criminals. Or rather, people that he knows is innocent, wink wink, nudge nudge, but are actually criminals.
Proof.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 people died.
You know what I find ironic about Trump.
Go on.
Might have used that wrong, but for a president who preached so much against fake news, you sure did broadcast it.
Oh yeah, well, he's a very good shaper of untruths. But how would you say that in a more correct way?
Liar.
Well, I was trying to think of a less brutal way of saying it, but yes, he is a liar. He says things that are untrue.
Fine. Less brutal way of saying it. He's a cunt.
Okay, we're getting kind of sidetracked again.
You know, the way he talks, he's almost like a cult leader.
I mean, he basically is. That's why people call it the cult of Trump. He's a cult personality. And a lot of people believed him.
Yep.
His point of view, there. He tricks you into believing it.
Yeah. And then there's also the
well,
whole...
that as I recall, he's a businessman, so that just really goes to show where he learned it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say he's a businessman or he's a guy who got a small loan of, I think it was $2 million of his daddy. And then said, hey, look at the money I made myself.
I want to see those fucking printing machines and I want the evidence.
Christ. He's not even a very good businessman. Sorry, Trump, if you're listening, you're not a very good businessman.
Yeah, shit.
But don't feel bad about it, neither am I. The only difference is I wasn't given $2 million by my daddy.
Honestly, $2 million I could live off easily.
Yeah, I mean I'm not the kind of guy who's like, I need to have a big mansion and a car and a pool or anything like that.
You're not peacock rich.
Yeah, and I just want to have like a small house and be able to pay for it.
Nice comforts.
And I want a gamer room where I have like 4 different screens, the top edge gaming PC, every console. That's probably the most expensive things that I would have if I was rich.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably want to move to Bel Air, get a butler named Jeffrey. No, wait, sorry, that's leading back into Fresh Prince. Never mind that.
I probably also would like to get plastic surgery so I would look like Will Smith. That's hot. That's hot. I love Fortnite. That's hot. Sorry.
What?
That's a Will Smith meme. It's probably very old by now, but it's just him looking in a telescope, seeing fucking the bus from Fortnite and being like, that's hot. That's hot.
You're gonna have to actually edit the thingy so that people can see it if they don't recognize it, because I can't say I do either.
Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people. It's a very well-known meme. It's a very refined meme. It's from what was it? It's some sort of gamer thing. I can't remember, or rather some sort of fake gamer thing where it's like, what do gamers want? And then they got a bunch of content creators, and it was like, oh, it's shit. I just remember it being really bad. I can't remember what it's called. I'll probably put like a text saying what it's called right now, just so people know what I'm talking about. After I researched it.
If he actually remembers.
No, I remember. It's just.
Well, I mean, you can probably look it up.
Yeah, I mean, I can look it up. I'm sure I could find it through the Will Smith meme.
Anyway, back to talking about the orange man who incited violins at the Capitol.
Oh yeah, that was the topic. But
yeah,
it's just. I mean, 5 people died. It's pretty shit. I mean, and I just don't get why people would believe in the things he says. I mean, there are some things. There are some lies that are not obvious that they're lies. Like,
my dad's an astronaut. that sort of thing.
But
I mean, there's exactly the distinct possibility kind of thing.
it's more like
Yeah,
okay, it's more like if you a used car salesman and you say, hey, this car is driven 20 miles, but in reality it's driven 40 miles. That's a lie that is believable. What
no, that's a lie. That's also a truth.
Well, yeah, well, the best lies are disguised in truths.
Because it'll have to go 20 miles for it to go over to 40.
Yeah. But then there's things...
It's when they say it's only driven 20 miles, then it's a lie.
Oh. Yeah. I hadn't thought of it like that, but you're technically true. But then there's the things that Donald Trump says, like, hey, masks don't work, and drink disinfected, and and then he supports QAnon, that believes Donald Trump is our savior who's been sent to defeat a group of pedophiles who rule the world in secret. That's a bit harder to
Sorry,
believe.
that just sounds like a South Park episode.
I mean, Christ, America is almost becoming a South Park episode. So it's just like sometimes I
Wait,
just
you mean it isn't?
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if South Park just made an episode and there was nothing different than in the real world. They could get away with that, I know. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't really know what else to say. What are you guys' opinion on it?
It was just really stupid. The fact that he first public message after it happened, he didn't even condemn it. I can't think of the word what they used,
No,
but he didn't condemn it.
I know.
Almost praising them for it.
It's like with the Charlottetown demonstrations, where all those neo-Nazis and left liberal demonstrators got in a fight, and one of them drove a car through a crowd of people. When that happened, he also didn't denounce. He said there were good people on both sides, or there were bad people on both sides, or something like that. So basically, he said he didn't condemn it, again, like what Chris says with this riot. And that's because he doesn't want to lose the support of the people who's doing it. But he also doesn't want to right out say, hey, that's what I support, because then everybody else would jump on him. So yeah.
Honestly, I've never liked Donald Trump.
Really?
It's the way he acted as president. I can't remember what the emergency was, but while something was going on, he was filmed playing golf.
That sounds about right.
Completely ignoring people suffering, just focusing on himself. That really irritated me.
I mean, that's like with the Black Lives Matter riots, where during the riots, he had people shoved away from a church so he could do a photo shoot with a Bible that he couldn't even hold correctly.
Never mind that he goes around disguising himself as a Cheeto.
Yeah.
Or what's it if you prefer British terminology.
But do you know what Chris said about the reason why he did the moment that you realized how bad of a president he was? That made me think of my moment where I realized how bad of a president he was. And that was during the election, before he was elected, I believe it was. He was asked a question, which is, what is the nuclear trifecta? And that's not a common thing for people to usually know. I mean, I know it because, well, I don't like war, but I read about war things because of the Second World War and all
You
that.
have an interest in the study of war.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of war, honestly. But I knew what the nuclear trifecta was, but the United States of a president didn't. And that's not a very good thing.
It is not.
Just to say what it is, the nuclear trifecta is basically the three ways to deliver nuclear weapons, or not deliver, use nuclear weapons. There is air-to-ground missiles, which is like you have a silo and it shoots out of that. Then you have dropping it from a plane. And then you have shooting it as a torpedo. That's basically it. Now, it's not actually necessary for people to know this. But do you know who should know this?
The President of the United States.
Yes, exactly.
Anyone in power.
Yeah, exactly. And the second he didn't know this, something that a foreigner, somebody from a different country than himself, who's never been in politics, somebody who doesn't have the ability to ever get in a position of power that he is, knows more than he does. That's not good. That's the second I knew that he would be a terrible president of the United States of America.
I mean, you're just a gamer from Denmark.
Yeah, I'm just some random dude from Scandinavia. I don't need to know this, but I just knew it because, people know stuff.
I mean, you know what interests you.
Yeah.
You study what interests you. He didn't even study what interested him. Which, obviously, in this case, is the presidency.
Well,
I'm just thinking, in the UK, the nuclear program, isn't that called Triton or something?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
The only thing I know about UK bombs is the Polaris system, which I'm pretty sure doesn't exist anymore, because the only reason I know about it is because there's a picture of my dad back when he was a hippie demonstrating against it, and he had a sign with it saying get rid of it or something like that. He was wearing a tie-dye t-shirt and a leather vest. Yeah.
Shame the parents.
Oh no, I mean, I would agree with him. Just wouldn't wear a tie-dye. But
I mean, Chris, like, going a tiny bit off topic. My dad's not home at the minute, but I'll ask him when he gets back. Probably after the thingy. Danny, I'll relay the information back to you as well, and you can edit that in where it needs to be.
Okay.
Yep.
I just thought I'd bring that up because...
What information is it?
Chris's thoughts about Triton.
Oh, about if it's actually still, or if that's correct.
If it...
Yeah.
The actual nuclear program's name.
Yeah. Now we started talking about nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Nuclear weapons. They kind of suck.
Oh, doom and gloom.
They kind of suck, nukes. Not gonna lie. Elon, if you listen to this, maybe don't nuke the moon. I don't think that's a great idea.
We need that.
What?
We need that.
To nuke the moon?
No, not to nuke the moon.
Keep it.
The exact opposite of nuking the moon.
Oh. Yeah, but the thing about nuclear weapons is, if nobody had it, we wouldn't need it. But because they exist, we do need them. So.
The Cold War dilemma.
Yeah.
I believe there's a flame or something burning in Japan that they will only extinguish when the threat of nuclear war is entirely gone.
Oh. That's a very nice sentiment, especially from Japan, because if you know your history, they've had a bit of a history.
If you learn your lesson, you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like the opposite of the Olympic torch.
Oh man, the Olympic torch, I just think that's kind of stupid. Mostly because it always goes out, and they just like try to keep it a secret. I've seen like videos of it going out, and then they quickly turning it on again. Then it keeps running. That is all like sentiment.
The thing is,
Sorry,
the Olympics
I think I've
to
just realised something.
the burning spirit of the competitors.
Oh God, Chris, what have you realised?
One Olympics was in 2012, right?
Hmm.
That was ours, yes.
4 years after that, that'll be 2016.
Yep.
4 years after that.
Oh yeah, but
2020.
they cancelled it this year. Or they
Yeah, they've actually had to shift it to 2021.
Yeah.
They're going to try and do it in 2021.
I think it's
if
in
it
Japan.
doesn't,
Isn't it in
Yes,
Japan?
It's just, it feels like that's gone underneath the radar for me.
I mean,
the Olympic.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
It's just like it was just skipped it.
Yeah.
No, they haven't skipped it. They've only postponed it until next year. This year even.
Yeah.
But
Well, how much of a fuss people put up for something minor? This has just gone underneath the radar, essentially.
Yeah, because people enjoy their comforts. The Olympics, they're a big thing. It's not really a comfort, it's tradition.
And so one thing we know about tradition is nobody gives a real fuck.
Pretty much.
You say that,
Well,
but
okay.
in the UK, there's been horse racing on roads claimed to be done underneath the tradition.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of horse racing.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, Chris, there is a tradition that goes back, I think, a couple of 100 years, where it is technically every British citizen's duty to practice archery. I think it was every Sunday. The thing is, that law is actually still in effect.
Yeah, but that law is just so old, nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, we need more people practicing archery. We need to be ready to feather those thugs from the United States.
Oh dear.
Which, basically, in this case, really just boils down to Trump.
So.
Then turn Gary down just slightly. Just because it peaked.
SA, not USA.
I beg your
I'm
pardon.
sorry, what?
United States of America. They don't look united to me.
Yeah. Divided States of Insurrection, I think is the new name.
I think the last time they were this divided, the UK was in charge.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Hey-oh!
But the thing is, me and my dad has this ongoing joke every time I walk by and I see he's watching the news about America. It's like, yep, the civil war, the second civil war will be any day now. The South will rise. Yep. And it's usually just that, not rise in that way.
Not that kind.
Gary, are you saying I have to throw the entire South of the United States of America into the fuck chamber? Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We need more slaves.
Y'all go to the fuck chamber.
And by slaves, I mean for when we dominate the world on the game. What was the game? I forgot its name.
The Olympic Games?
The Potatium?
No, not the Olympic Games.
I don't know.
The one where we were making choices on, Danny.
Disposition.
That's the one.
Yes, now I get it.
We do not genuinely support slavery. This is satire, I guess, is the word.
Well, the thing is...
This is game humour, not racism.
No. The
Yes.
thing is...
what Chris said.
Well, it's because in Despostism, there's no such thing as racism. It's we are a robot and they are puny humans.
Exactly. That's my point.
I guess
puny humans should do the bidding of the robots.
I guess it's more like speciesism, but robots aren't even a species, so I don't really know what you would define that as. Gynetism? Yeah.
I
You know what?
don't know,
Yeah.
because Portal would have it as well.
Yeah. And, well, Terminator.
You
Yeah.
you say Portal, but like going back to Portal, isn't GLaDOS actually like human brain put into machine?
I don't remember that part. I think her.
Human memories removed.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like there was a human that they used to like encode her robo brain, and I think wasn't it the wife of the guy in charge of Aperture Science? Oh, what was his
Something
name?
like that.
Maybe his assistant. I can't remember. It's been years since I played
Cave
Portal.
Johnson.
Cave Johnson.
Cave
Yeah,
Johnson.
I fucking love that guy. Fucking love that
I
guy.
only remembered because I always have the when life gives you lemons skit
Oh,
just ingrained into my head.
Oh, I love that. We should play. Okay.
I think that's people's favourite quote from the games.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean that and
Get
the cake.
mad! How dare life give you lemons?
Well, I mean, there's also the cake is a lie, but that's like, it's not as funny.
Yeah, but that's a Portal 1 meme.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's not as funny as the when life gives you lemons, but it is basically as memorable.
Yeah.
Well, it's not funny because it's just a hard truth. There is
Yeah.
no cake.
Yeah, there was never a cake.
There was never a cake. It was just fate.
Unless you look until the end screen, and then deep down in the bowels of Aperture Science, there actually was a cake.
Yeah, but it's probably old and rotten by now.
Oh yeah. Now I want to play Portal again. I don't even know if I own Portal on this Steam account. And
well, Danny, I can assure you, you wouldn't be able to play it with me.
I also wouldn't be able to play it with Chris.
Oh right,
Portal.
yeah, Xbox thing.
And of course, that's of course Portal 2. Portal 1, I can't play with anybody because it's single player.
Yeah.
I think we got sidetracked.
I think we did.
Yeah, quite easily.
Yeah. I mean,
If you're new here, this happens a lot.
okay. Do you know what? I think we can continue talking about video games. But is there any final notes about Trump and all that shit? Oh, I would like to say it's kind of weird that they've got like at Joe Biden's inauguration. I'm not saying that right. There was 25,000 like soldiers or something, just because they're afraid that the Trump cult will try to come and blow shit up or shoot somebody or whatever they do in terrorist attacks. I don't know.
Ah, yes. To deny the inauguration or just ruin it.
Yeah.
You've
As
got to love
one.
that they can't even abide by their own constitution.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you go on, Chris.
No, I was going to say it's just America.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say actually
That
links.
sums it up.
It links to what Gary said about bows on Sunday. It's because
Yeah, just no. Carry on. Carry on.
okay. It's because you know how you have the Second Amendment or whatever it is that says, hey, you can have guns in America, right?
American viewers, tell us
The
below.
right to bear arms.
Yeah. The reason why they still have that law is because it's an archaic law from a long, long time ago, back when America was untamed, and to survive, you probably needed some sort of weaponry. And when the government was newly founded, they were afraid that they'd say, "Oh, you know what? Not so angry at England anymore. We're a colony again." But the people didn't want that, so you should also have the ability to bear arms against the government. But that's hundreds of years ago, and that
when they were using single-shot weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And unlike England, where you have these really old laws, and you just don't abide by them anymore because you're like, that's stupid. We don't need that.
Yeah, so in a couple of 100 years, America might actually have learned that.
Well, I mean, they should have learned it by now, but they didn't. And
Yeah.
and to any American viewers that are listening that have a gun, look, I understand. Everybody has a gun, and because everybody has a gun, you need to have a gun. It's like the nuclear weapons issue. That you feel like you really need to have
Yeah.
a gun because everybody has a gun. But in other countries like Scandinavia, where I live, and in England, where Chris and Gary lives, nobody has a gun, or basically nobody has a gun, so you don't really feel like you need to have a gun. I don't need to have a gun, and I don't really want to have one. But it's different in America, and I understand that. And just so you know, it's not like I'm saying every single American is a gun-wielding six-shooter, bang, bang, bang. It's just weird. I don't really know how America developed into it, like having so many guns, and then it feels necessary to have a gun because of it. I don't really know. I'm not smart enough to know that. I just play video games. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to mention. That's all.
Yeah, I'd understand if it was just simple weaponry.
My suggestion
Single
would be-
handgun
No, carry
or
on, Chris.
simple handgun or no handgun. That's it.
I mean,
But then you get people with freaking AKs.
there's
That's what I don't understand.
I mean, I also understand maybe a single-shot rifle and a shotgun for hunting, because in Denmark that's legal, where you can buy like a double-barrel shotgun at a hunting store if you have a permit, but that's only allowed for hunting season in areas where you can hunt. And
Yeah.
That seems fair to me.
I also think you have something
was
like that in England, if I remember correctly, with goose shooting. Or what is that?
I couldn't tell
I
you
think
offhand.
hunting in England you need a permit,
Yeah, you also need that in Denmark. And it's not.
and it has to be a certain game is available at certain times of the year.
Yeah, but that's also and if American wanted that, I can also understand that. But yeah, I also agree with you, Chris, that for what they would define as personal protection, a non-automatic pistol, or like a semi-automatic or a revolver or whatever, like a small.
Yeah, I was going to suggest just use a revolver, a six-shooter. That's all you need.
Because they can't shoot 50 rounds per second or some shit.
Exactly.
But the second anybody in America makes a like gun laws, all the gun wielding people would be like, you can't take my freedom.
I think we just lost Chris for a sec.
Oh dear, it appears we have. And he's back.
He's back.
Yep, back. Discord cut me out.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I was just agreeing with you that pistols would be more relevant, or less destructive, I guess. It's a better way of putting it.
The reason I suggested a six-shooter revolver would just be because then everyone would be on the same terms.
Yeah. And it'd be harder to like do mass shooting.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, it's quite sad when first bit of news from America, I think 2019, was another school shooting has occurred.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And that was,
just throwing this out there real quick.
I think it was
if you also
5
think
within
about
the
it-
first week.
Yeah, there was something like that. It was stupid.
And I'll be right back.
That is fine.
Okay.
What were you gonna say,
Okay.
Gary?
Yeah, what I was going to say is, if they want to let themselves get swindled into buying so many fucking weapons at the cost of all of their hard-earned money, and then have the audacity to blame other people for why they are poor, on the grounds that they are at least choosing to buy weapons instead of significant other amenities that they need, like food.
Your basic stuff like food and water, electricity.
Exactly. I just think it's stupid that they decide, yeah, we totally need metal. That's totally edible.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, there are of course those kind of people, There are also people who like only buy, who maybe have a pistol and then still can't pay for anything. I mean, there are a lot of people who are just poor in America. America, in
Oh yeah.
a lot of ways, is it's not a third world country. It's got aspects that are similar to one, like very low social mobility and very slow. No, like the money in America. America's a very rich country, but all that money is at the top, while everybody at the bottom is very, very poor. So
Yep.
there's a huge discrepancy in that.
I think you meant disparity, but
Yes, that is what I meant.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Thank you, Gary, for not being foreign.
You mean thank you for growing up with the language?
True that. I mean, I also grew up with the language, but my dad's Irish.
Okay, but this is the only language I know.
Yeah, and my dad is Irish, so I only kind of grew up with the language. Not gonna make an Irish joke.
You only know.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Go for it. Make an
Okay,
Irish
I'm
joke.
back.
Oh, hello, Chris. Jolly good to see you there.
You're taking a piss out of the Irish there, lad.
Aye, I know. It's a big old shame there. Me and old Seamus is great. Okay, no, I'm gonna stop now. I can do it.
Before you get stuck in the accent.
Yeah, I can do it. I'm half Irish. My dad's Irish. Most of my family lives in Ireland. I can do it.
I've got Irish ancestry in me.
Yeah, so that's also fine. Gary, you can never make that joke.
You're right there, governors.
Yeah, you can make that joke. Yeah. But I know I was gonna say, when we're done talking about Trump and America and all that, we could start talking about games. But honestly, there's only 8 minutes left before we have to stop the recording. So
I mean, like, if I think we kind of managed to sideline it with Portal a bit.
yeah,
Yeah, a bit of Portal.
some gun laws that isn't actually linked to Donald Trump directly.
Here's something. On Twitch,
Okay.
I've noticed people playing Eco.
Eco.
Yes.
Oh.
It's essentially Minecraft-esque,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get a community of, I think, over 100 people playing,
Oh.
and you build the world up.
That sounds pretty
You
interesting.
create
How
a
far?
civilization with
How
these
far?
other people.
Like, how far does that go?
I've seen them with some truck, government, shops.
Anything like our present day civilization, you know, like cars, houses, cities, towns, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they can do that sort of stuff
Can
if they wanted to.
Can they go into space, Chris?
Yeah,
I
that's part of our
don't
society.
know, and I don't think they've progressed further enough in the development.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna take a look at
I
that.
don't know.
That could be one of my dream futures. Which reminds me, we forgot to do dream futures this week. Dream future. Sorry. I had to say it. I'm sorry, okay? Actually, you know what? We got 5 minutes. Do any of you have any dream
That's what I
futures? I have one. I mean, I don't think you guys think of dream futures as much as I do, considering it's my brainchild, but if any of you have
It's
one.
your brainchild, and only you partake in it, really.
Yeah, I know. Well, last dream future was Pixelmon for me. But another dream future that I don't know if we mentioned, but I'm gonna mention it again if we have, is Dead Island.
Oh god, I haven't even played it, and I know that you two are fucking chaos in it.
Yeah, you seen where Chris could get that car. into the fucking boss fight arena, or oh Christ!
You know, I've just been reminded of a joke from Robot.
From Roblox?
Robot
Oh,
movie.
oh, iRobot, right? Oh no,
No, yeah.
no, Robot, the animated one with the 3D animation.
Yeah,
I thought that was robots. Plural.
I can't remember.
I was saying Robot.
No, plural. With an S on the end.
Oh god,
Can you not hear me say the S?
no,
No.
Robot.
no, you just say Robot
No,
again.
it's still not there.
Wait, can your mic not take S's? Can it not hear S's? Okay, we heard that.
Ah, that we heard. Chris has turned into a snake.
Robot.
Nope.
Nope, nothing. No S.
Okay, guys, timer.
Why couldn't... So, we've just discovered my tablet doesn't like S's.
We hear
At the
that.
end of
Afterwards.
one, because it said the so perfect.
Okay, Chris, say pizza.
Words.
Okay, I heard it in words.
Tart.
I just heard.
Did you just call me a tart?
It's TS. It's words with TS at the end.
Tarts. We just heard
Danny,
tart.
yours is fine.
I swear it's not. I'm not the one doing this.
I mean, I'm not the one doing this, and Gary is definitely not the one doing this, so it must be you.
It's the tablet.
No, you're doing it on purpose, Chris. We know
Chris,
it.
I heard the it's. You cannot blame it on TS.
Okay, but we should get
Back
wrapping
to
up.
the dream future.
Oh fuck, you're right. I forgot my dream future. Okay, the video is gonna be slightly longer than an hour, just slightly. Oh wait, no, I talked
Or you
about.
cut out half of the blank spaces that we had.
But Gary, we talked about the dream future. It was Dead Island.
You were talking about yeah, but that was only yours.
Oh, but if you guys have
Yeah,
dream futures,
But everyone joining in with Dead Island, me getting explosives and blowing you guys up, wasting your money.
yeah, I lost a
Yes,
lot of
I
money.
have purposely thrown Molotovs and grenades at Danny just to irritate him.
Don't forget how you would sometimes just hit me with the car and. Oh yeah, and
I still remember the glitch where you were being dragged behind the car.
oh yeah, that was actually amazing. I loved that. But
Animation glitch.
but Gary, what's your dream future if you have one?
Well, I mean, part of me was like, while you two were talking about Dead Island, part of my brain decided, hey, you remember Left 4 Dead?
Oh no, I would love to play Left 4 Dead with you guys. The first and the second.
Yeah.
Dream future. Zombies.
Zombies. Yeah.
Guys, is this really the most ideal thing to be aspiring to off the back of COVID?
Yeah. I mean, not the back of COVID. COVID's still happening.
The start of COVID did seem like a zombie infection.
And in fact, we didn't even mention
It's
how
just people didn't get back up.
we didn't mention about
Thank fuck.
we didn't mention about how the English strain of COVID has come to Denmark, and that's starting a lot of shit. But
Sorry.
we don't have time.
No, you don't have to apologise. We've not left the
Yeah, you guys.
basically our little section of England.
I mean, you guys haven't done anything about it. Or, well, you haven't caused it, rather, is what I meant to say.
I haven't been anywhere near the fucking virus.
But, guys, we have to end the podcast. We don't want it to become too long. Now, yeah, do you guys have any ending words of wisdom?
Ooh.
Great words
So,
of
like,
wisdom, guys.
someone wants to go first. please do.
Let's see. You can sell tomatoes in a fruit salad,
Okay. That's a pretty good one.
but it's called a salsa.
Okay, now that's a bad one. Gary.
Live today in case you cannot tomorrow.
Oh, okay, it's a bit ominous.
Nah, it's basically if you die tomorrow, you can't live tomorrow. So live today and do things today because tomorrow you might not.
Yeah, but Gary, what if I died yesterday? Didn't think about that, did you?
If you died yesterday, I'm talking to a ghost.
It's a ghastly, actually. No.
So what happened to your body?
I don't know. I can't think of a comeback for that. I get okay. My words of wisdom is always have consent before you go into the fuck chamber. Done. Good and over. That was the conclusion of episode 4 of 3GN podcast. I would like to say thanks for listening, Chris and Gary.
If you did.
Hopefully, see you next time.
Yes.